Hello everyone and welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Pugcrusade and today we will be going over how to grind events in Wild Horse Islands without getting bored. So I hope you guys enjoy. Just a little quick thing, I have done two videos semi-similar to this one called 5 things to do when you're bored in Wild Horse Islands and 10 things to do when you're bored in Wild Horse Islands, but this is going to be very different from those two because those focused a lot on social interaction, with other players, trading, that type of thing, and that's going to have a little less of that because it is mainly going to be focused on how to grind without getting bored, not just play. A lot of these things are going to be particularly for the Carnival event, like when I'm referencing stuff, I'll probably reference this event because it's the one currently going on, but you could use this during any of the events really. So the first thing that has been really helping me during this event is something I've started doing just this time, and I am not super far into this as of recording, but I probably will be by the time I post it. So I've only gotten, I don't know, let's see, how many tickets? I brought him 24,000. So yeah, not great, but not horrible. And what I have done is I have already decided what I think of all of the event items that we have, and I've kind of made myself like a wish list. So I'll show it to you guys real quick. So here is the little wish list type of thing I made. I made it right off of Word. And it's not completely finished yet. I'm probably gonna add some stuff more to the bottom of it. The things that don't have numbers off to the side, it's either I'm gonna get like any number of them or I'm not super excited to get many of them basically. So I'm just gonna get what I can get kind of with them. For the hair dyes and some of the accessories, that is the number to the side of them is how many I want to buy. It's not counting the prizes back here. So if I get those from there, like I got this from over there, which obviously like I didn't count in my thing, but I did get it, which is very cool. So yeah, I recommend doing that just because it's really helpful to get to know what you actually want, how many tickets you are gonna need. You could even do the math and kind of like figure out exactly how many you're gonna need if you're one of those people who really likes to do that. But yeah, I feel like it's just kind of helpful and I've really liked doing it so far. Okay, let's say that now you have officially made your wish list and now you actually want to start getting some tickets or some other event currency. A lot of the time in Wild Horse Islands, the currency for events, except for the winter event because that is weird and hard, but they're all usually pretty easy to get stuff for. They're not very hard usually. So what I have been doing personally is I just found a couple of these games, like, just a couple of them, and I run back and forth of them that I think is most efficient. So I usually do the dunk tanks because it gets 175. I skip the horseshoe ringers because it gives a lot less, and I think it's kind of harder to get accurate on this. And then I do the ring toss and the balloons as well because both of them pay decently and they're not too hard. If you have a horse with strength 90, I would totally go for this one. Now, of course, a lot of people don't want to sit here for 2 hours and just grind these games just by itself. So I would say go ahead and put on a show or movie or a YouTube video, music, basically anything that you can have running in the background. A ton of the time I like listening to music. That is literally what I do most of the time when I'm grinding. It's either that or some YouTube video. And usually I'll watch Wild Horse Island YouTube videos in the background, so it still kind of relates to what I'm doing. I know that is a very common tip that a lot of people seem to do, but it really does help, honestly. Another thing I would say to do is don't grind for a lot of hours at a time. At least don't do the same thing. So what I mean by that is don't just sit there and go around these games for like 2 hours because you're gonna get bored and it's not gonna be very fun at all. So what I would say is go ahead and maybe do it for, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes. However much time you really want to put into it, honestly. But then after you're done doing a couple of these games, then just stop for a little while and go and maybe try getting some horses. Go capture some horses, see if you can find some event ones. If you're on a private server, you have a much better chance of doing that, so I really recommend doing it. But yeah, it's a lot easier, and that's again another tip I like to use a lot because I get super bored just doing the same thing over and over again. So it's a lot funner if I can switch it up for myself. Also, there is a couple other things you can do while you're kind of running around the map is make sure that you're looking out for like those notifications that say something like we have a rare horse for sale at this area because it can potentially be an event horse, and if you do have some tickets saved up, you could totally get one. Another thing you can do if you start getting bored with the general stuff is don't forget about the races. There are a couple of different races you can do, and I'm pretty sure as of the events, all of the races, no matter the island, give you a certain amount of tickets. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's how it works though, and there is a race on Carnival Island anyway, and there's another coming, I'm pretty sure, within the next Carnival update with the fortune teller and a couple other things. So yeah, that gave me 2 watermelon slices and a decent amount of tickets, I would say. So yeah, definitely don't forget about the races. The next tip I have for you guys is not to grind by yourself. A lot of people, like I said earlier, you know, do music and that type of thing, but even that can be a little boring sometimes. And if you really just want to sit here and do some like mindless grinding, sometimes it can be fun to get a friend on to do it with. But if you don't really have a friend that plays Roblox, you can always just be on a phone call. Sometimes that's fun too, even just having each other do different things. I know that is, some people find that fun, and it can help just to have somebody actually talking to you. And my last tip for you guys would be don't trade your accessories or event horses unless that you are absolutely sure that 1, you aren't going to use them, and 2, you actually really think it's worth it, even after the value of the item is going to go way up after the event ends. So I'm saying that because this is something I used to do a lot during some of the older like Christmas events and stuff, especially 2021. I traded a ton of my Christmas event stuff when I should have kept it because, of course, now and even just a little while afterwards, it went way up in value. So I do have some stuff already, and some of it is pretty ugly, like these boppers and these water wings, but you'd be surprised on the stuff that you can figure out what to make sets with. So I would say don't just sell these to Larry or anything like that. That is a big mistake, I would say, just because you can get so much more for it by trading anyway. And I don't have very many event horses so far, but I do have a Carousel Dutch Warmblood, and I probably will not be trading it until after the event because the value of it is going to go so much higher than it is right now. And I think it's just a better idea to wait. So yeah, with all that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a comment and a like. I would love to hear what you guys thought of it. Let me know what your favorite part of the carnival event so far is. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Goodbye!